What's up, you amateurs? Welcome back to the Sassel Podcast. Gave you all the week off last week, as I'm sure you're all aware, you've all heard, you've all probably grieved in your own ways, but Zach Levy injured himself last week, moon boot the work, so I naturally, as my culture dictates, took the week off from the gripes of the world, from work itself, from everything. I just needed to clear my head. So, that's why I didn't film last week. Wasn't because I was sick or anything like that. So, Anyway, we're back. We're back on the world's most watched. This is for Alevi, of course. We're back on the world's most watched podcast about amateur league football in South Australia. And we're gonna remember. Not sure how bad it is, but this week's very, very happy to say we finally have a guest back into the pod booth here, and very exciting. Luke Matthews, first team coach over there at One Tree Hill, the Billy Goats. He bestowed me with this one-of-one armadillo kit. Wow. Shout out to Pega once again. Absolute iconic kit. Very shocked that the One Tree Hill fraternity didn't have the interest to mass produce it, but I'm also honored that I am currently in possession of the only one in the world. So shout out to Luke Matthews for bringing this in. Shout out to Luke Matthews for being a 22-year-old coaching prodigy. The Billy Goats are up and about. They were in Div 4 last year, blitzed it, and they're in Div 3 this year. Doing the damn thing, looking very good. They currently sit third. So we got an interview with the great man himself coming up. Let's get into it. Amateurs, I'm here with the great and powerful Luke Matthews of the mighty Billy Goats, One Tree Hill Soccer Club. In Div 3 this year, after absolutely blitzing Division 4 last year. It's been quite the journey for you guys, my friend, as you've just been telling me over the last few seasons. But first and foremost, man, welcome to the pod.
Hey, honoured to be here. Excited to finally get on here.
Perfect, man. So, coaching. You're coaching the first team at One Tree Hill. How old are you?
22.
22. Shit, man. Okay. So what's that experience been like? Because obviously you're going to have a few players there that are older than 22, much older, probably some with, a lot of experience. What's that experience been like coaching?
Yeah, look, starting coaching at 19 of a first team was a bit rough. Yeah, you always have players who think they know better and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I felt like I learned that it's better to take on their advice than to fight it. And, I think that's been my mentality is I don't know better than anyone else. It's just take on the advice. I'm very lucky with the boys I coach. They take it all on board and real supportive of me. And I can't ask for anything more really.
And when did your affiliation with One Tree Hill begin?
2021. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was the year after COVID, the year or two after. I was a Downs boy before that.
Oh, wow.
Downs boy, from the age of 5 all the way up to 18. I was at the Downs and finally made over to Billy Goats. My brother was out there and haven't looked back since.
Unbelievable, man. Perfect. Now, you guys, as I mentioned, have been going from strength to strength since you went down a div or a few divs rather, and then you've been climbing back up. Last year was unbelievable. And now we got to talk about this. This is in your words, the armadillo kit.
Yeah.
One of one. I think this is the perfect encapsulation of just how far the club's come because it's bloody beautiful. You said it got talked down by everyone else. What happened there?
Yeah, look, I tried to pitch it to the committee at the start of the year and I said, hey, look, I love it. I want the idea.
Yeah,
we had our 25th year last year, so our home kit this year is like a bit of a throwback to our first ever junior kit.
Yep.
And I was like, why don't we go all the way retro and get this? And unfortunately, no one else liked the design but me.
Well, I'm on your side, man. This is sick. Shout out to Costa. Shout out to Pega, as always. Pod sponsor of One Tree Hill, sponsor of Sterling. They get it. They absolutely get it. Before we get into this year, man, you guys have been doing very, very well. Last year, I got the stats here. 15 wins from 18, 122 scored, 22 against for 100 goal difference. That makes me want to throw up, given I think my entire goal difference at Sterling's probably been +2 in like 4 years. So 100 goal difference in one season, mate. How did you go about achieving that?
Look, it happens to help when your team's all over 6 foot tall and you can whip the ball in with the corners. Look, I think Bradley contributed to almost half of those goals.
He scored a couple, to put it mildly.
Yeah, look, when you're 6'6" and the ball just falls to your head, you can do a bit. So, look, we had a great team last year. A lot of the boys, Bradley couldn't have scored all those goals. The boys aren't putting the balls in the box to him. So, man. But full credit to Brad as well. You got to score that many goals. You must be pretty good.
Now, you've come up to Div 3. Third place at the moment. We got BIH United in first, who also went up with you guys, so you know plenty about them. You've got them this weekend, actually, if I'm not mistaken. What's those first 4 weeks been like for you guys in the third division? Win, and then a loss to Fizzy last week. But how's it been going, man?
Look, definitely a reality check, I think. Look, the competition's a lot harder and it's been a bit of a step up. But look, I think we've got a team that's good enough to step up and keep going. And look, we said before the Villa game, this is our chance to put a stamp in the league and show that, we're looking to push again and, able to get the late winner there. So, we just want to keep going from strength to strength and not underestimating anyone in this league. I think there's so many good teams.
And a key feature of going strength to strength, I suppose, especially when you get promoted to the next league, is signing players. Now, we were talking about it before. You picked up the other Millhench, Joel. You got both Falkenberg boys, Tommy and what's the other lad's name?
Harry.
Tommy and Harry Falkenberg. How big have those new signings been, and have there been some other boys you've picked up this year that have been doing a job?
Yeah, look, boys have come across, been huge additions to the team. It helps when they're all a couple of brothers and stuff like that. And, David we picked up as well. He's just a star. He's so quick and he's been taking the league by storm. We've got Binky across from Grove. He's been a really good pickup. We've added, I think, 6 or 7 to our first team that got promoted last year. So definitely been huge for us and huge in our push for promotion again this year. Yeah,
absolutely. So you got BIH this weekend. Tough game. What are the feelings going into this one, mate?
Look, I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't nervous. They're definitely a very class act. Showed last year, I think we won one at their deck and they came to us, and I think they brought a crowd of almost 100 people. They were it was massive. I love their soccer and they're good at it too. So full credit to them, and should be a good game.
Should be an absolute cracker, mate. Now I suppose as a young coach, you're still developing your style of coaching. You're still figuring out what works, what doesn't. Obviously an attacking side you boys are, but what's your philosophy of coaching, mate?
Look, I think even before you get on the pitch, I think it starts with culture and building a club where people want to be. And it just goes to show, you went from 1 to 2 to 3 teams because it doesn't happen overnight. It happens with culture. And I believe that's where you start. And then from there, on the pitch, I like to, I guess, play the attacking brand of football.
Yeah.
Bit of a Man City type of approach. You score, you can score as many as you like. We're just going to try and score more than you.
Facts.
So, look, sometimes it doesn't work, but it worked pretty well last year. So,
yeah, that's awesome, man. And another question I had personally, why the Billy Goats? Because it's a great name, great badge, great branding. Why is the club called the Billy Goats? Do you know?
Would love to tell you that. Is
maybe that's your job, is to find out.
It might come from the cricket club. The cricket club is one of the oldest cricket clubs going round. And they were the Billy Goats. And I think it was just a couple of boys made it. But look, don't quote me on it.
Mate, it's an unbelievable name. It's an unbelievable name.
We do love it.
And your kids are getting even, but everything's going up for the mighty One Tree Hill. So, mate, I do have one final question. Obviously, every club's goal is to get promoted, climb the leagues, but where do you see the club in sort of 10 years? Not just maybe what league they might be, but, facilities and just what sort of club it's going to be. Where do you foresee the Billy Goats to be, mate?
Look, hopefully in Div 1 is always the dream and the want. And look, I think with the group we've got, you can keep going. We're a really young team and hopefully it just continues to grow and we can continue to grow our juniors again and build them up.
Massive.
And it doesn't happen overnight and it's going to take time, but juniors are massive. And I think it starts with that and, hopefully eventually get a Colts team and start getting a couple of those through the ranks. But, new facilities would be nice. So we've got them in the works and hopefully we'll see them very soon. And
brilliant.
We can get up to McGillop and start playing.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, it was a long time in the making getting you on, mate.
Definitely was.
We got there, and it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, and good luck this weekend, bro, against BIH, and good luck for the rest of the season as well.
Appreciate it.
Wow, what a charming young man Luke Matthews is, and a great coach at that. And I'm very, very excited to see how the Billy Goats this year. Yeah, some great signings, some great football played. Catch them on, I think it was the first match of the round of the year, beating Salisbury Villa. So yeah, beautiful. Now, results, because I know how much people love it when we put results at the end of the video. So I did that especially for you guys. We're going to get into the results, and then, of course, Pega Sports Goal of the Week, baby. Finally got the socks back in the pod booth, rather. And yeah, then we're going to do interviews from around the grounds, courtesy of Matt Goddamn Pill. Let's get into it. Amateurs, Saturday Premier Division. Modbury Jets versus USC Lion. 5-2 result. We have goals from the following individuals. Dean Medak, Joel Gray, Connor McGare got himself 2 goals. Shout out to Connor. And then Callum Eber off the bench for the Jets. As for USC, it was Jacob Searles off the bench and Alua de Milare Ajayi. He knows where the goals are, that fella. That was 5-2. Can't stress enough how much I burnt my finger before, but we move. And then Sturt Marion versus the fine folks over there at Old Ignatians. 14th minute, it was Lachlan Tucker got stirred up and running. That looks like it was going to be 3 points to the home side, but then Davide Cavioto, 86th minute, got it done for Old Ignatians. We love that. Shout out Bert Fuda. Shout out all the boys over there doing the damn thing. Shout out Dom Prince. Shout out Nick Penta. That's what it's all about, man. 0-0 draw between Gleeson and St. Peter's. Gleeson couldn't back up their historic victory over Modbury Jets. 0-0, snooze fest. And then Pitbulls, first win of the year. Vamos, to put it mildly, vamos. 4-2 over Titans. That's a huge result. As this was meant to be Zach Levy's game, I'll kindly ask you, Rory, to go to Candle Cam while we go through this result. Get that out of there. Okay. Goal scorers for the Pitbulls. It started with Gabriel Irankunda. Not a bad last name to have attached to your number 9. He scored in the 2nd minute. Ari Karapetsis, he responded in the 44th. He will feature in the Pega Sports Goal of the Week. Taki Sialafos, he knows where the goals are. He's finding them quite nicely this year. He scored in the 45th. Few substitutions there. Julio Abadia, absolute jet, absolute weapon, 65th minute. And then look at this. Sadek Haidari, and then Patrick Paul in the 88th. Some huge names there, amateurs. Some huge names there. Shout out to the Candle Cam. Absolutely loving every second of that. And yeah, shout out to the Pitbulls for their first win of the year. Bah. Next game, Saturday, Premier Division. Bossa and South Coast, 2-2 draw. My goodness. Isaac Girastante, podcast royalty. I think he said he'll come onto the pod. Reach out, Isaac. We'll get you on. You and Eric. Oh, and then Muskie, Nick Rhodes, and Nick Rhodes again. Wow. Some absolute names. Some absolute throbbers. All right. That's Saturday Premier Division done. All right. Sharks and Adelaide Uni. Interesting result. 1-1 draw there. Have we got goal scorers? Let's take a journey together. It was Jonathan Daughtry in the 59th minute. First point of the year for Salisbury, and then MA Hawks. They've had a bloody strong start to the year, amateurs. Calling it how I see it on the pod. That's what I like doing. 3-1 result for MA Hawks over Adelaide Pumas, who are somewhat struggling, but who am I to talk? I play for Sterling. Luke Russo, 8th minute. God, he's got a handsome little dribble pick. Let's look at it. Cobra's band. Looking good there. Well, he's playing at MA Hawks now. And anyway, he scored in the 8th minute. Complemented by Costa Mantis, quality player. Michael Orfanu, 95th. Michael Lockers at MA Hawks. God damn you, Michael. Another one, amateurs. Another one who I tried to sign to Sterling and was gone somewhere else. Beautiful. Apparently, I don't know how to close a deal. It's fine. Whatevs. Anyway, once again, I'm overplaying my personal hand. Croydon Cougars 4, Stirling Districts 2. Wow, what an interesting game. To put it mildly, amateurs, as you can see on the left here, we got Tassie owned. It's a verb I've been working on. I've sent it off to both Cambridge and Oxford, probably Macquarie Dictionary next. But to be Tassie owned, amateurs, the meaning is to be bested or outmaneuvered by Joseph Tassion. To put it in a sentence, I was having fun on the football field until I was Tassioned. So that's something I've been personally working on. Look, decent game, 2-2 at halftime, I believe. Second half, Croydon were, much the better side. All over us, we were holding on. It looked like we were going to until that man again, till we got Tassioned in the 81st and 89th minute. And not just tap-ins, amateurs. Gee whiz, I can't even explain it. Gosh, he was... Okay. It's okay. It's just football, man. We're all just having fun, you know? We're all having fun. Luca Kekes, good player. Bendo, good... Yeah, I think. Croydon will be all right this year, boys. They are absolutely solid. Mark Kekes, what a player. Zach Zoyner, clinic. Sent me for a hot dog a few times, so I appreciate that. Anyway... Shout out to the Croydon Cougars for the hospitality. At the end of the game, they put on food. We had a good chat. They left us some bread to take. I think they're sponsored by some bread company. But even Joseph didn't leave with the 3 points, amateurs. But Joseph was kind enough to. He said he watches the pod and he signed a photo of himself and said we could display it here on the pod. So shout out to Joseph for that. Really nice touch, really classy guy, and I look forward to the reverse fixture. Next, we have 1-1 draw between the Elizabeth Peckers and the Adelaide Red Blue Eagles. Goals came from Alamayo Kabede and James Ione with a penalty, I believe. That was our match of the round. Shout out Matt Pill. And then 6-3, Monarchs versus Adelaide Red Blue Eagles. What an absolute goal fest this was. Goals came from Douglas O'Neill, 2. Jack Chivers, 1. Luca White, 2. Off the bench, Christian Gazet-Kimion. And then for Adelaide Red Blue Eagles, John Mastropolo, my man. Adelaide Red Blue Eagles, Juan Ferrero, he scored a hat-trick. Absolutely wonderful scenes. And then Sunday Premier Division, Para Hills East got the job done over Tea Tree Gully. Goal came from David Mapstone, my guy. Can't wait to have him on the pod soon. Morbury Soccer Club, they just keep on going. McGreevy's men, another win for them against Salisbury Inter. Oh yeah, 2 goals for Sean McGreevy and 1 goal for Edson Andres Ospina Arias for Salisbury Inter. Gosh, my finger is just on fire at the moment. You reap what you sow, amateurs. And then Elizabeth Downs, gutsy 2-1 win away to Anglevale. Once again, Anglevale, can't stress enough how much I'm loving the new badge. Braden Gunlack, my goddamn man, my hero. He scored in the 63rd. And then Hayden Smart-Gillich got himself up and running in the 85th. And then it was Sam Watson, the newly engaged king. Happy for you, Sam. Yes! Podcast royalty getting engaged. That's what it's all about, man. You see, amateurs, because I never win my own football games, I have to live through others, their achievements, what they're doing. It's a vicious cycle. Savoy, 5-1 winners over Unley United. Bit of a tough start to the year for Unley, you could say, but Savoy, Dom Kean, he scored. Egides Abimana, he scored. Jack Scoot scored 2. Johnny Labrino scored 1. Man, if we are living in a simulation, this is, when you hear stuff like, it's just the same thing over and over again, man. Confusing. Para Hills West, what a win over Ingle Farm. They won 4-0. Let's see who the goal scorers were. Para Hills West having a great year. Lucas Skirving with a hattie, followed by a goal from Bradley Wilcox. Oh, yeah, man. That's good stuff. Adelaide Eagles in the Sunday Second Division. 5-3 winners over Southern Knights. Let's have a look. We love our Adelaide Eagles family. Shout out to the Adelaide Eagles. Jason Steffney in the 12th. Jetmir Nicola in the 19th. 71-minute, Eduard Pelushi. And then Marjan Fatoni, 77th and 82nd. Lads, sincere apologies if I didn't absolutely nail all those pronunciations. Let me know. 3 goals for the Southern Knights were David Thornton, Philip Rideout, and Matthew Daughtry. I hope I pronounced those right, chaps, as well. 7-1 for the Gans. Statement against FK Beograd. The goals came from the following sources. Zabiola Fakri, he scored in the 87th. Ahmad Masawi Najad, he scored in the 11th. 4 goals for Opiu Otoli. And a goal for Pablo Fagandez. Gone on the march. Sunday Division 2 amateurs, one of the most hotly contested leagues in world football. Mark my words. How on earth did the Para Boys go? 1-0 win. 1-0 win to Para Hills United over West Adelaide Raptors Soccer Club. The goal came from Declan Williams. Woo! My guy. 4-3 win for West Beach over Adelaide Atletico. Goals came from Christian Coxedge. He scored 2. Ben McLaughlin scored 1 and Lewis Willett in the 79th minute. Willett in the 79th minute, that's right. Okay, Elizabeth Vale with, I believe, their first win of the year against Parafield Gardens. Huge for the Vale boys. Very, very happy for them, obviously. James Greaves scored 3 and Caleb Baleku Beery in the 30th. 2 goals for Armstrong Gay for Parafield Gardens amateurs. Is that it? Is that it? I believe it is. All right, amateurs. Now it is time for a cheeky old segment we in the industry like to call the Pega Sports Goal of the Week.
Pega Sports Goal of the Week.
We start with Virginia United. It's courtesy of Matt Pill. Unbelievable strike. I'll let you see it for yourself, amateurs. Cross. First time volley. Footage slightly grainy. Don't know why, but that George Arahidis, it's a little bit blurry. George, number 34. Wonderful strike, my friend. He knew the cameras were on this day, didn't he? Old mate George. And that is some hit from the big fella. So, George, keep your eyes peeled, mate. Our next goal comes from Gleason C2s. This was sent to me by David Altamora, dear friend of the show, podcast royalty. And yeah, this was from Muhammad Jawadi in Gleason C2s. Well, isn't that absolutely sumptuous from Muhammad? Okay, beautiful. Now this is Starboy Ari Karapetsis. Great defensive header. Oh, keeper's got hands on that, I believe. It's interesting the way he struck that. That is some hit from Ari. Yeah, that's going to be tough. It's between that and the Virginia United one, to be frank with you amateurs. You know what? For the culture, I'm going to go to our dear friend from Virginia United. It's a pleasure to have clubs like that. In our match of the round highlights. Good to get around the ground, see what's going on. So you, sir, number 38, you get in contact. You get your size and color.
Pega Sports Goal of the Week.
You get yourself a pair of Pega Grippies, my dear friend. All right. Amateurs, before I let you go, I'm going to leave you with the interviews from around the grounds, courtesy of my good friend Matt Pill. He's absolutely gone ballistic this year. He's gone bunter with the content. So we got interviews from, in our Saturday match of the round, Luke Condina from Adelaide Blue Eagles and Justin Foster from Elizabeth Grove. Sunday, we have Seaford's Tim Zammit, and from Virginia United, we have Evan Lulios. And at the end, special treat for podcast fans, the Ottoman Hullet, Mushti Epakdal. He was filmed with a bloody microphone in his warm-up the other day. Matt Pill just had an idea, had an inspiration similar to Michelangelo with the Sistine Chapel, and he said, what if we did, like you often see with A-League players or whatever, microphone on the player, camera on him, see what it's like. Now you guys get to see what it's like to be the Ottoman Hullet in a warm-up. I'll put it at the end, links at the end. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Enjoy those videos, amateurs. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Action-packed. It was a goodie. We'll be getting some more guests in, hopefully. All right. Love you all. Good luck this weekend. Bye.
Justin, thanks for your time here today, mate. Can you tell us a little about the history of the club and when it was founded?
So we were founded in 1963 out of Elizabeth Grove Primary School, just up the road from here. And we formed as just a school in the E&D Elizabeth District's era, and obviously progressed to have amateurs, a few years later. And here we are now, and with over 20 junior teams and strong women's teams, a lot of young girls playing, and obviously with our three senior teams, we're progressing quite well as a club. So,
what makes Elizabeth Grove such a great place to play football and just to be around in general?
We're a good family club. We really do promote, coming have a kick. We keep our costs to a bare minimum. Obviously, we're in an area where it is tough for parents to bring their kids out to play, and we just keep our costs down to try and get those kids out having a kick, and they stay around, they hang around, they end up playing seniors either in the female or the male teams, and that's the benefit we have of that, of just creating that good culture and a good family club.
What are the goals for the club this season and also more long term?
This season's hopefully get back to the Saturday Premier, and for our future goals would just be a club where our juniors can strive to play. Hopefully we're a consolidated Div 1 team, and it gives our young kids somewhere to play and somewhere to hopefully play out their career and become first team players or reserves or C grade players for this great club. So
fantastic. And what's the feeling like before the game today?
Yeah, pretty confident. I think we should do all right. Our form's been pretty good. We've been getting better each week. We've had a fair few new players come on board, and slowly we're getting better each week. And I just think we should do well today.
Fantastic, Justin. Thanks for your time, mate.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers. Luke Condina, thanks for your time this afternoon, mate. About to head onto the pitch yourself. I just want to start off by asking, can you tell us a bit about the history of the Blue Eagles and what year they were founded?
Yeah. Thanks for having us on today as well, Matt. So the history is pretty steep. So 45 years, we're celebrating 45 years this year. Wasn't Adelaide Blue Eagles at the beginning, it was MSSC Newton City. Then many years later, we moved to Marden, where we're still stationed now, and we transitioned over to MSSC Blue Eagles. That was in the Sunday division of Sassel. Then in 2016 is when I joined, and we made the move to Saturdays. At that point, we changed our name to Adelaide Blue Eagles Amateurs. From there, we won the 4th division that first year. So then, when was it? Last year, we won both Division 3A and B. And here we are in the 2nd division on Saturdays.
And what makes the Blue Eagles such a great place to play and also just to be around?
So there's probably a couple things that I can think of. First one is the committee is mostly players, so actually almost all players, and everything's for the boys. So everything we do, we don't price gouge. Everything goes back into the club. We try to give the guys as much as possible. And I think that's what sort of keeps people around, and also the camaraderie. Everyone's mates, and we've naturally picked up some good players and other guys coming to play just because they enjoy having a good time. We don't take ourselves too seriously, and mates bring mates, and yeah, that's where we're at.
Fantastic. And what are the goals for the club this season and also moving forward?
So I think we've got some high aspirations, but we're being realistic about it. We want to be in Division 1. That's been the goal since Division 4. But this year, I think if we're realistic, we want to consolidate in Division 2. Probably, a mid-table finish where we're gunning for. Anything better than that's gravy, and I think we've got the quality to do it. So.
And how are we feeling about today's game, mate?
Yeah, the build-up was a bit broken. We probably had 4 or 5 key guys pull out this week. So bit of a broken team, I would say, for the fixture, but the guys are up for it, and yeah, they never shy away from a challenge, and it's a really good test for us. So that's what we've aimed for, being in Division 2. Games like this, we know Grove are going to be good, and that's where we want to be. So.
Luke, thanks for your time, mate. Have a good game.
No worries. Thanks, Matt.
Cheers. And now I'm with Tim Zammit, the B-grade captain for Seaford Rangers. Thanks for your time this afternoon, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Really appreciate you coming down.
No worries at all, mate. Can you start off by giving us a little bit of background on the Seaford Rangers, the history, and when was the club founded?
Yeah, no worries. The club was founded in 1974, mainly by Poms and Jocks. That was the demographics at the time, I suppose, and over time it's changed. We've got a federation team, we've got 3 amateur teams and a junior setup, and I've been lucky enough to play for all 3. So massive game at the end of the year is Boxing Day, England-Scotland, which is where people from all over the state come down, which is pretty cool. I've played in over 35s. I reckon Scotland's won 9 out of the last 10, so...
I've filmed a few of them.
Yeah, the English have a genetic disposition to lose things, so it's been a pretty good run for us.
Yeah, fantastic. And mate, what makes Seaford Rangers such a great place to play football and just to be around in general?
Yeah, look, the facilities are first class. We've got a synthetic pitch, great bar. Change rooms are new as well. Only caveat I would say there is that we don't have group showers anymore, so we've got cubicle showers. It's a bit disappointing. You kind of want to shower with your mates after the game and have a few shower beers. But yeah, look, it's the culture really here. So especially in the amateurs, we've got Andy Williams and Ryan Hancock and Jay Vickery. They just lead us magnificently. They've all got their flaws. One's a Barnsley supporter, so he's a bit warped, waking up at 3 in the morning to watch Barnsley every week. Like, there's got to be something wrong with you. But I suppose it shows you how much passion those boys have. Probably the other thing is the banter, I reckon, that adds to that. So, give an example, Matt. We've got a bloke at the moment who's over in Turkey, would you believe? He's our star left back in the first team. He's missing the game. Flown over to Turkey to get hair transplants, would you believe it? I'm not kidding, hair transplants. So, when old Plugger comes back, we'll stir him up a little bit. We're having a yarn on Wednesday. We might unleash a pig on the field at some point, like Tony Lockett style. See how we go. I don't know if I get a fine for that from the league, but we'll see.
One way to find out.
Yeah, it's worth the risk, I reckon.
Absolutely. Mate, what are the goals for the club this season and also long term?
Yeah, obviously, just to pick up as many points as possible. It's a really competitive league across all grades. And we just want to put a good team out and get as many points as possible and play some good football. Obviously, once the chore of playing football is out of the way, then we got end of season to look forward to, and that's pretty salacious weekend. So we'll have to tee that up pretty soon.
Brilliant. And what are the expectations going into today's game against Virginia? Yeah,
Virginia are a good side. Played them last year and had a pretty good battle with them across all the grades. So I think we'll see that again today. Predictions are it won't end 0-0. I reckon there'll be some quality football. Hopefully we can just turn it on. The boys have been working really hard on the track, so hopefully we can get another 3 points.
Brilliant. Tim, thanks for your time, mate. Enjoy the day. Really appreciate you speaking to us today. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Evan, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Appreciate your time before the big match.
No problems, mate.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of Virginia United and when was it founded?
So Virginia United was founded in 1996, and we've always had juniors at the club, but for the past 5 years, we've had a seniors team.
Fantastic. And what makes Virginia such a great place to play and be around?
I think it's the boys and the community. We've really been able to build a strong family out there, so that's why people keep coming back to play.
And what are the goals for the club this year and long term?
This year we're hoping to push the top 2, try to get promotion. Obviously that's the goal every year, but just be competitive and keep everyone happy. Long term, just sustainability, keep the club running as long as we can, build up more juniors, build up the base of the club. It's a relatively new, smallish club, so we're just trying to build it up from there.
And how are you feeling about today's game, mate?
Today's game, it'll be an interesting game. Seaford are obviously quite a good team. We're playing on a big artificial pitch, which is different to everywhere else, so it's going to be an interesting game. But the boys are ready, and I'm ready, and hopefully it's a fun game to watch.
Fantastic. Thanks for your time, Evan. Really appreciate it, and good luck today.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Thanks. Cheers, mate.
Thank you, mate.
We don't just look, we take it, yeah? There you go. Still got the tricks. Yeah. Come on, too slow there. Let's go, let's go. Don't need an invitation to today's game. Too easy. Fucking come on. That's our ball. Play off him there. There you go. Yes, Benny. Yes, Benny, I'm here. Yes. Go. Yes, Ricardo, early. You got to play, mate. I'm not just pretty. There it is. That's all right. Well done. Yeah, too much pressure. All right, let's have a stretch. Have a stretch, boys. Fuck. Keep talking, I'm out of breath. But no, it's a beautiful day. And hopefully for everyone here, it's taking the time out, we'll get the result. Won't we, boys? Exactly.